Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, I am a little bit disappointed and surprised with the whole DC taking their license from Macfarlane and giving it to Mattel, which sounds like it's going to be an exclusive total license. Apparently the LA Times did an article saying that all the toy company bigwigs had a big meeting with DC, and they basically chose to give the rights back to Mattel, because Mattel had the rights a few years ago, and I don't feel like they really made the most of it. Now, I grew up with the superpowers figures, of course, and I didn't really have any figures. I didn't really collect any as an adult. I kind of randomly got a couple. I, of course, got the 7-inch Linda Carter Wonder Woman. I saw this and I just thought it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I had to have it. But that was sort of a one-off. Now, before that, all I had sort of got was I'd found these two little Batman and Superman figures, little 4-inch figures, which were screen accurate but so tiny. And I grabbed them, and they had some, with the actual actors on the back, which is nice, but just so small. And even when you compare them to the original Kenner figures, which lost the other Batman I had a minute ago. Oh, there he is. The scale, 5-inch to 4-inch, it was like they were disappointing basically, because not only was I bigger now, so these seemed smaller, but they're actually smaller. So I wasn't really happy with that. And then they did the Batman figures from '66 Batman, and I was like, I like the detail, the accuracy, I love the cape, but they're so skinny. And they were part of that thinking that some companies had, that Adam West was scrawny or something, when he wasn't. He wasn't muscly, he wasn't really built, but he was this average fit guy. And they made these really skinny, unflattering figures. But that's all we had. So we had the 6-inch Mattel skinny Batman, and then we had the NECA turkey neck one, which I had to alter and paint in a shadow under his neck to make him look better. But the capes were amazing, so I ended up getting the NECA Superman and the Tim Burton Batman. I think this might be knockoffs, but either way, I started getting those, and those were mostly just to go with my 77 Wonder Woman. So that was like a nice little set between the two companies, but none of them managed to produce all of them themselves. And that's one of the issues I had with Mattel, was they seem to just sort of do random stuff, and that's the problem with big companies like Mattel. They're big, they've got a lot of resources, but they've got so many licenses, they just sometimes lose track of things and they don't get the focus they deserve. Whereas someone like Macfarlane, who was a fan originally, who was a smaller company, was just focused on this big license. They really focused on it and really, I think, were caring more about what fans wanted or needed. But I mostly discovered him through the superheroes, because although I bought a little 3-pack of Batman and Batgirl and Robin, I didn't get any of the villains because I didn't really like them. They were too skinny, and I sat on them, I slept on them, and then they went on the secondary market and they were too expensive, and then I kind of missed them. And I always kind of resented that. And then along came Macfarlane, and I got all the villains through him. And they also did I've lost that. Where is it? There it is. I've got so many figures in front of me now. They did like a cartoon version. So we got cartoon versions of the Batman figures from the animated series, and I thought they were great. Now, there are a few issues, like the capes. Basically, instead of having a big material cape, they have basically ribbon. So there are a few mistakes like that which I don't understand, but when you compare the bodies to this and this has more articulation, but it really ruins the look of the character, and this has a really nice sculpt, but the cape's off, so you can get replacement capes though, but that won't help with Superman. As much as I love the figure, why does he have this red edging around his neck? That part should have just been all neck and clicked in, and the closer you could get the edge of the cape to that, the better. But yeah, even doing a replacement cape on that one's going to be a bit difficult. So they had a few missteps. They didn't do everything right, but they seemed to commit to these figures. Like the Superpowers figures came back and they did this it's just stunning. It's the blue Batman, but with the cartoon accurate black face. It is amazing. I love it. And so many variations. I got the black version of that, which is almost like the Batman from the movie, not exactly, but then you got the black and grey one, and I'm now currently chasing the black and navy version, the navy blue and grey version of that, basically the navy version of this, because it comes in a set with a vehicle I don't really want, and a Robin with go-go boots, which I'm not sure if I want. I'm trying to get them separately. Now Kenner did sort of their own sort of version of that. They did a lot of variations back in the day, so I just have been more impressed with what Macfarlane's done. Now, he hasn't given us a Wonder Woman yet from the Superpowers line. I'm hoping now that I hear he's got about 1.5 years left on the contract. I'm hoping he'll go out with a bang and he'll give us things like this, because their Superpowers style Wonder Woman is styled after the modern comic era, movie era, which has the dress and everything, and they sculpted it, but then they didn't put the dress on it. She just has the panties, little briefs, and then they recolored that in the Wonder Woman colours. So you've got the Wonder Woman colours, but in the modern sculpt, and the modern sculpt without the dress. So there's a few things they didn't get right, and I'm hoping that we get this Wonder Woman from then and the other Wonder Woman before then. But I mean, I'm loving their Superman. It took a few tries to get to this one, but I just ordered the Fleischer one, and this is pretty good. I mean, he's a bit too tanned, but aside from that, it looks great. They haven't exactly matched the Superman from the Superpowers line like they did with the Batman, but I'm pretty impressed with that. And of course he gave us this. This is just stunning, the Christopher Reeve Superman figure with the cloth cape with the wire. It's just beautiful. And so is the Batman. Now this one's not as accurate, but it actually is an improvement. They've made the boots a little higher, they made the belt a little lower, the cape a little longer, all the things I would do if I was getting my own custom costume made. And it's just beautiful. So I'm so glad that we got these. Now, we also got to combine a few things, like this is my Mattel Batgirl from the free pack, the purple, 66 screen accurate one, with the McFarlane Bat Cycle, which Mattel probably wouldn't have made. So between the two of them, I have this just perfection here. So, and then they also did some variants. So we've got this, it's actually a blue Batgirl, but it's almost purple, so that really blends in really well with those ones. So I'm just really happy with what I ended up getting. Like, I even got the 89 Batman in that line, and I got the Batfleck and the Batman from The Flash, as well as, of course, Cavill Superman. Now the Cavill Superman, his cape is kind of a rusty red colour, so there's a few little things that are off, but overall they did a great job. They seem really committed to the fans and committed to just getting out as many figures and getting as many versions of things that people wanted done, and I really appreciated that. And I feel like when Mattel had it, they really didn't do as much as they could have. And vehicles, for example, I was able to get the Batmobile in this scale. Now Mattel did a bigger one, about an inch or so bigger, with some different detail, but it was too expensive back in the day. I thought about getting it and didn't. Then it went on the secondary market, couldn't afford it, and then Mattel brought this out and I bought this, and of course the Mattel figures fit in it. So all my Mattel figures, my free pack of Batman, Robin and Batgirl, all have McFarlane vehicles. So I'm sort of trying to combine them, and then you get something like this, which is of course the 22-inch 89 Batmobile. This is just a thing of beauty. Now yes, they screwed up the canopy, and we had to get the Ramen Toys version to fix it, but here it is, fixed, and it's beautiful. Now, I wasn't going to get the Batman Forever one, partly because I wanted this to stay special, because okay, I know there's some higher end ones that are bigger that people with more money can buy that are thousands of dollars each, but they put things like this in the hands of the more average collector. So I think McFarlane really did a real service to the fan community and the collecting community of like DC figures and that. And I'm thinking of getting the Batman Forever one just because it's amazing. Now there is a smaller version, and I've got a smaller version of the Batman as well for other 4-inch figures. I'm thinking of just doing the other ones in that, so this sort of stays special. But it kind of looks amazing, and you get alpha book it as well, so I'm not sure what I'm doing. But I love this. It's just amazing. And if it weren't for Macfarlane, I wouldn't have this. So I don't understand the hate for Macfarlane, because there are a lot of Macfarlane haters. I don't know what their issue is. But yeah, I've really enjoyed getting this line. I mean, we've got this, like, we haven't got a Linda Carter 6-inch Wonder Woman yet, but we got the Batman 66 figure, and she looks amazing. She's got the big briefs from the first season, although she should actually have the real full, like, gold sort of chest plate, where it's not so much the feathers of the eagle wings sort of with their own separate sort of pieces. It was all sort of one big gold piece. So it's sort of in between the season 1 and season 2 outfits. So I want a accurate version of, I guess, the season 1 version, because we've got the season 2 in the Mattel version. So yeah, I know what we're going to get. We've got a bit of time, and I'm nearly up to 11 minutes. I didn't realise how long I've been talking. I was going to try and do a 5-minute video. Then it was like a 10-minute video. But yeah, I mean, Mattel did stuff like this. This is beautiful. She's got her own stand with her backing and everything. But I don't feel like they did what they could have. I think they just sort of lost track of the license, because they do have other big licenses, whereas Macfarlane was really focused. And even though he made a few mistakes, he was really focused on giving the fans as many quality figures as he could. And I love the 7-inch scale. If they did 8-inch, I'd probably collect that. Now, will Mattel continue the 7-inch figure and go back to the 6-inch figure, so all the collectors can have, you know, what they want, and they continue both their collections? I think that'd be the smartest thing to do. But they might pull back and just go, no, we're going back to 6-inch. Macfarlane shouldn't have done that, and just leave the series sort of incomplete. I mean, Macfarlane's got a year to produce a whole bunch of figures from that line, but will he get them all done? Will he do all the variations that he wanted? I don't know, but I'm a bit anxious. I'm not sure Mattel is going to handle the license with the care and dedication and commitment and obsession that Macfarlane had. I think it's just kind of going to get lost in amongst our big brands, and we're not going to get as much. So, like I said, having someone who just discovered the Macfarlane line and really enjoyed collecting them. I also got, like, the Flash figures and Aquaman and Black Adam and Shazam and Batfleck, and I was really enjoying getting into collecting them. And now it's like ending. It's like, damn, I thought he was going to have the license for a long time. I thought he's just going to town with it. Never occurred to me it would end anytime soon. And there's still a couple of comic accurate figures I might get, just because I think the figures look good, Batman, Superman, stuff like that. But yeah, the only good thing about it is once the line's finished, you can actually collect it and end, because if it keeps going, of course, you keep buying. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the whole changing of the guard between Mattel and Macfarlane, and, you know, is this going to be a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. I wasn't really impressed with what Mattel did before. Some pieces were nice, but I really liked how Macfarlane was approaching this, and I'm really sad to see it end. And this is sort of some YouTube therapy, working through my anxiety of, I just started this collection and now it's like ending. I'm like, no, I just found it, committed to it, and now it's like gone. I'm like, I don't think Mattel's gonna do the same. But I'm gonna go.